The runaway success of the Yeezy collaboration between Kanye West and Adidas came at a price, as the company tolerated misconduct by him for nearly a decade. Sales of Yeezys lifted Adidas's bottom line and made Kanye West a billionaire. When Adidas cut ties with Kanye West a year ago, ending their wildly lucrative shoe deal, the breakup appeared to be the culmination of weeks of his inflammatory remarks about Jews and Black Lives Matter. But a New York Times examination found that behind the scenes, the partnership was fraught from the start. I mean, folks, there's extraordinary details in this story. New York Times actually traveled to Portland, to LA. They did interviews with Adidas, interviews with current and former employees of Ye, sifted through hundreds and hundreds of internal records, undisclosed company memos, and financial contracts. Adidas released a statement saying, quote, "We have no tolerance for hate speech and offensive behavior, which is why the company is terminating the Adidas Yeezy partnership." End quote. It's almost exactly 1 year ago that Adidas broke ties with Kanye West as he went around making this public anti-Semitic statements. The Yeezy and Adidas partnership was so lucrative that for 10 years they made billions of dollars and put out more than 250 shoe styles of the Yeezy brand. New York Times is quoted as saying, "We wanted to know if the behavior recently exhibited by Kanye West last year was indicative of a broader pattern of behavior or misbehavior, and if so, what did Adidas know? When did they know it, and what did they do about it?" This helped us slowly but surely piece together the behind-the-scenes story of this partnership and how Adidas tolerated misconduct for years in pursuit of celebrity and profit. Mr. West, who now goes by Ye, subjected employees to anti-Semitic and crude sexual comments and routine verbal abuse. As Adidas executives doubled down on a partnership that boosted company profits and made Mr. West a billionaire, they scrambled for ways to cope with the star's demands and provocations. Interviews with current and former employees of Adidas and of Mr. West, along with hundreds of previously undisclosed internal records, including contracts, text messages, and financial documents, provide the fullest accounting yet of the relationship. Here are 7 takeaways. But first, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. For almost 10 years, Adidas looked past Kanye's misconduct as profits soared. Ye's first contract with Adidas, in 2013, had the most generous terms it had ever offered to a non-athlete. In the next one, 3 years later, Mr. West got more money, and Adidas got a morals clause allowing it to end the partnership if he did anything that led to disrepute, contempt, scandal, according to a copy obtained by the Times. As the partnership earned billions of dollars, Ye's behavior grew increasingly erratic. But it is not clear whether the brand ever considered invoking the morals clause before terminating the deal last year. Both Adidas and Ye declined interview requests and did not comment on the Times' findings. Ye showed a troubling fixation on Jews and Hitler in the partnership. Shortly after signing with Adidas, he met with designers at company headquarters in Germany to discuss ideas. He was so offended by their sketches, he drew a swastika on one, shocking employees. He later told a Jewish Adidas manager to kiss a portrait of Hitler every day. He informed a member of the company's executive board that he had paid a 7-figure settlement to one of his own employees who accused him of repeatedly praising Hitler. Ye told Adidas colleagues that he admired Hitler's command of propaganda. He also expressed a belief that Jews had special powers allowing them to amass money and influence. He brought pornography and crude comments into the workplace. Weeks before the swastika incident in 2013, Mr. West made Adidas executives watch pornography during a meeting at his Manhattan apartment. He continued showing pornography to Adidas employees at work. Last year, he ambushed Adidas executives in Los Angeles with a pornographic film. Staff members also complained to top executives that he had made angry, sexually offensive comments to them. Big demands and mood swings weighed on the relationship. Ye contended repeatedly that Adidas was exploiting him. He sought more money and power, even suggesting that he should become chief executive. His complaints were often delivered amid severe mood swings, creating whiplash for employees. Diagnosed with bipolar disorder, he at times rejected the assessment and resisted treatment. Tears were common at these meetings, and so was fury. In 2019, he abruptly moved his Yeezy operation to remote Cody, Wyoming, ordering the Adidas team to relocate. He used terms like believer and pilgrimage to describe those who would follow him there, an Adidas executive told colleagues in a group text chain. In a meeting with Adidas's leaders that year to discuss his demands, he hurled shoes around the room. Adidas adapted to Mr. West's behavior. "We are in a code red," they often said. Managers and top executives started the group text chain, the YZY hotline, to address issues involving Ye. The Adidas team working on Yeezys adopted a strategy they likened to firefighting, rotating members on and off the front lines of dealing with the artist. "We are in a code red," the team's general manager texted colleagues in 2019. "The first line is completely exhausted and don't feel supported." When asked if it was easier or harder to get some of the executives in Kanye West orbit to speak out against the star, New York Times is quoted as saying, "Keep in mind that everybody who works for Adidas and also for Mr. West on this collaboration had to sign multiple NDAs. And even though Kanye had had multiple public implosions last fall, he still wasn't seen as publicly gone from the fashion creative world." A lot of people see Kanye as arguably one of the most influential figures in the world right now. He is somebody who has a tremendous track record for coming back from controversy. So that created a lot of fear amongst the execs about speaking up against the iconic star. Many people do not have an appreciation for how massively successful this partnership was. The fact that it had stretched for 10 years, the fact that they made billions of dollars together. Kanye West ended up making much more money from this Yeezy sneakers, from this collaboration, than he did from his music. And this was also a way by which Adidas began to financially resurrect itself in this hyper-competitive sneaker industry that had long been trailing behind Michael Jordan and the Nike industry. The company assigned a human resources official to the unit and gave new hires a subscription to a meditation app. The staff regularly gathered for something akin to group therapy. As the brand grew more reliant on Yeezys, it sweetened the deal for Ye. Under the 2016 contract, he received a 15% royalty on net sales, with $15 million upfront along with millions of dollars in company stock each year. The biggest issue, an Adidas document from contract negotiations noted, was putting cash in Kanye's pocket to show him we value him. The partnership would propel him to Forbes' list of the world's richest people. And in 2019, Adidas agreed to another enticement, $100 million annually, officially for Yeezy marketing, but in practice, a fund that Mr. West could spend with little oversight. In spite of it all, Ye still stood to make money from the Adidas deal. After the relationship ruptured a year ago and Yeezy sales came to a halt, both Adidas and Mr. West were hit hard. The company projected its first annual loss in decades. Ye's net worth plummeted. But they had at least one more chance to keep making money together. In May, the company began releasing the remaining $1.3 billion worth of Yeezys. The cut of the proceeds would go to charity. But most of the revenue would go to Adidas, and Ye was entitled to royalties. So do you think Kanye West is a musical genius, or is he just socially insane, or maybe even both? Please share your thoughts and comments. Until next time, my name is Amara and this is Knick Knack News.